tactical marketing execution. So I guess like the one thing I want to say on this is be prepared to invest in building demand in that new market. And forgoing some of the more traditional kind of marketing tactics at the start. Things like gated content to a cold audience who don't know your brand is just not going to be the kind of things you want to be focusing on in the early days. So you need to think about it in the frame of mind of how much am I willing to pay to get this message or this piece of content in front or read by my ICP in that new market. And actually, it probably is more valuable for you to ungate that piece of content and pay to get it in front of them through an awareness campaign than actually to gate the content and create friction before they can actually consume what you're trying to educate them on. And then you already have like a brand interaction and you're building up that awareness, which is going to be really, really vital in the new market. So yeah, we always ensure as well that we've actually tackled the low-hanging fruit from the direct demand perspective. So make sure you've got your retargeting across channels set up, you've picked off your high intent keywords, got your Google Ads launched in that new market in the native language, and also on your competitors' keywords. You've got those battle cards ready, you've got your SEO pages launched against those competitors in that region as well, in the native language. All really important things to make sure you just cover off before you get going. I think like just and on everything you want to allow room to test, try and optimize. So what we found when we went to market in DAC was really, really different to when we went to market in the US. So in DAC, we found a lot of success through events and like virtual events and webinars and actually content syndication, a very traditional kind of more old school channel, which I don't generally am a big fan of and I don't necessarily believe in too much, but it works in that region and it's kind of it's a great way for people for them to digest our content. The one thing I would say is make sure when you do choose a vendor for that, if it's something a route you want to go down in a market where it makes sense, is you're choosing a vendor that allows you to send them to your landing page for them to fill in your form and see your brand. If they are digesting that content within that other vendor's brand and they don't actually ever have any interaction with your brand, makes the follow-up very difficult and it means your awareness is actually pretty limited. So that's just like a tactical piece of advice I would say. And just here I've kind of screenshot again more of a takeaway of some of the results that we've seen building up awareness and ungating some of our top content in new regions to our target personas, and we have seen the spike then in the direct inbound demand that follows, and you kind of can measure it from an indirect perspective versus direct lead gen.